I'm Delta Work, and it's time for Very Delta. Spring has sprung. April Carrión is here. But first, do you want to see me go off? Because I think you want to see me go off.
Oh. Mom!
Are you a lady like me? Introspective, beautiful. Oh, are you intellectual like me? Beguiled by a bargain? You like wild times? Oh, like me? Are you serving the community like me? Well, if you are,
pues entonces sería Muy April.
I'm Delta Work, and this is Very Delta, a luxury public access podcast and YouTube talk show where I look gorgeous, speak extemporaneously, and invite fascinating people to sit on the couch and get very Delta. Very Delta is for the woman whose hair comes alive with Wella Balsam instant conditioner. But first, let's get into some things that are very Delta. Go off, Delta! What is a Kohl's? Why is there Kohl's? I'm not talking about Coles, like Kohl's the restaurant here in LA. I'm talking about KOHL''S. I'm aware that it's a building that sells things, but I don't understand really who the actual demographic is. And I don't know why certain things are happening in there that seem to be more important than what the building is for. What I mean by that is I personally only go to Kohl's, KOHL''S, to make in-person Amazon returns. That's the only reason I go there. And one thing that I do like about making an Amazon return there is that there are parking spots outside next to reserved for handicapped and reserved for like expectant mothers and reserved for the sheriff. There's also parking spots for people who are just making an Amazon return, which I appreciate, not just because I'm lazy, but because the Amazon return place in Kohl's is at the very back of the store. That's just always the way it's going to be. I go to the one in Cerritos. I don't know where you go. But when I go inside Kohl's, I just can't think of a sadder place. I don't mean that their merchandise is sad. I don't really necessarily mean that the merchandise is gross. I don't mean to shame anybody who buys things there, because they definitely have name brand items, and they definitely have quality store brand items. I just don't see anyone in there, which surprises me because they're known for Kohl's Cash, which means the more you spend in the store, the more of a reward they're going to give you. And then you have a certain amount of days to, purchase something with the Kohl's Cash. I think that's wonderful. I think it's a great idea. But I feel like every time I go, there's no one in there. It seems very dim inside. It seems like parts of the store don't have any like employees. Maybe they don't. Maybe that's just like the dynamic right now. There's no employees anywhere. But what really surprises me, aside from the fact that I think their demographic is supposed to be middle America, and they do not have a significant plus size section, which, we know that middle America generally is going to utilize a plus size section, Americans in general. I don't know why they don't serve that. But what I really don't understand is why they don't have a big and tall section at all. So who is shopping? I don't understand. Like chic young people are shopping at Kohl's. Like young, trendy people are going to Kohl's to look for separates. I don't think that's happening. I think the people that are going to use Kohl's Cash are going in there to buy, I don't know, luggage. And by the way, nobody's going to the department store anymore to buy luggage. They go to like TJ Maxx, they go to Marshall's, they go on Amazon and get an Amazon Essential or Amazon Basic. Don't go to the department stores looking for your luggage anymore, unless you only have an open credit card, like an open store card, then I get it. But they're overpriced and you know it. You can get your Samsonite everywhere else. It's totally fine. A season later, but I don't think I know anybody who's like, is that this season's Samsonite? Oh my God, you must have money. Like no one's saying that. No one's doing that. I don't think anyone ever did that. No one was ever proud because you had, all gray luggage from Mervyn's, which I was going to take you a departure because I was going to tell you why there was another part of Kohl's that surprised me. But I do want to go back a little bit and say, I feel like Kohl's is supposed to be the replacement for Mervyn's. But I remember when Mervyn's left. I just don't remember if Mervyn's left and closed and then Kohl's sort of rose up because maybe it was like it was around all along. I don't know if that was the case or if it just replaced it, if they were the same company. They seem very similar, but Mervyn's kind of had its own sort of swag. Like they had their own flyer all the time. You would go to Mervyn's to get your High Sierra for school. You would go to Mervyn's to like, I don't know. Mervyn's was Mervyn's. There was like the lady that would like back in the day, the commercial, wasn't she open, open, open? I think that was her. Mervyn's had a way about it. It was Mervyn's. It was for like parents would go there to buy school clothes but Kohl's, like maybe because I'm not the person who ever shopped there, I don't know the whole experience. I'm just saying I saw it a little bit busy at Christmas, but I didn't see it slammed. I was just there and it is months after Christmas. Like we're leaning towards spring, summer already. Why is there Christmas still in the store? And why is that Christmas only 50% off? Bitch. I don't think anybody has Christmas at 50% off months after Christmas, like into a new season, looking very close at the next like 2 seasons after, and you still have your Christmas at 50% off. That should not only be 99% off. Most of that needs to be damaged out and sent to Dee Dee's discounts. I don't understand why you have a Christmas section in your store. And you know I love Christmas, but I'm not looking to pay only 50% off this much later, which leads me to the other surprise about Kohl's that I don't understand. We live in an age of social media. People are cooking and telling you what they cook and what pans they use. And people are doing makeup online, amazing faces of makeup, simple faces of makeup, recommendations of what's a dupe and where you can get your perfume and where you can get this and that. And generally, when people talk about getting their makeup or skincare, they say, I got it at Sephora. I got it at Ulta, because those are sort of like the meccas of where you can get this stuff. Why is Sephora inside of Kohl's? If Kohl's is so lame and Kohl's like has nothing, they don't even have their fucking lights on, and there's nobody working, and they even have candy bars at the register. Like you can get a Butterfinger at the register of what's supposed to be a department store. I'm fucking confused that why the trendy place where you're going to go buy Kat Von D liner and all this other stuff is sitting dead center in the middle of that. How did that partnership happen? I'm so lost. Like that just doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't, I'm confused. I'm trying to think of another place where like that would like, that just doesn't make sense. Like, again, that's like Ross saying we teamed up with GameStop and everyone that wants to buy video games, you have to come into the middle of Ross to buy video games, even though we don't sell video games in the store. All the cool people who play video games, you need to come to Ross. Why? That doesn't make any, actually it does make more sense because they do have like Switch controllers and shit like that. So maybe that's not a very good example. There is no example. There is no example acceptable. Sephora, why are you inside of Kohl's? I don't understand. I'm confused. That doesn't make any sense. Is that, okay, let me think of another example. Like, would Clifton's Cafeteria in Lakewood Mall all of a sudden say, on Tuesdays, we offer $75 steaks instead next to your $14? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Help me understand why there's a Kohl's and why of the two most important things that happen, at least for me and a lot of people I know, why do we have to go in there to get those things but never buy anything from Kohl's? Why not just get rid of Kohl's? Get rid of the backdrop, that scary mauve backdrop. Like, get rid of that. It would be cooler if they called it Mervyn's too. Like, that would be cool to me. Also, you can sort of tell, like, I'm not shaming anybody for their perfume, but like if the biggest name of perfume you're selling is the Kim Kardashian perfume, like they're not even selling that. I don't even think they're selling that I don't even think they're selling that in the fucking perfume part. They sell it outside. This is not like I don't know. I'm not saying they said they were a glamorous store. I'm just saying like there's not even anything like remotely like attractive about it. I mean, again, even your basics, like if you went in there to go buy basics, they're too expensive. I have looked at some of the price tags. I think this is for people who like live in Under Armour or something. Like if that's your thing, like you probably go there. Like, and I'm not shaming you. I probably have like 4 different pair of Under Armour underwear. It's a wonderful product. I'm not shaming Under Armour. If you're listening to this, I love your underwear. The box cut, like I wear that. But what I'm saying is like this whole place, it's spooky. You know what it reminds me of? I'm going to tell you what it reminds me of. It reminds me of a liminal space. Do you know what a liminal space is? It's like one space where things are happening, and then there's another space where things are happening, but somewhere in the middle they're connected. And you go through there, and when you see pictures of them or you experience them, they're a little bit scary. Like an office when the lights are off and the last few people have left, but previously there were people in there. They're like there's a sense that there was life in there, but there's not right now. A parking structure when you have to like go up to the 3rd level and you can't get there through the elevator because the elevators are closed, so you have to wind up the cement. A liminal space. That's what Kohl's is. It's a fucking liminal space between Amazon returns and Sephora. Everything else, there's nothing there. It's like, I feel like the episode of The Twilight Zone where the mannequin in the department store came to life, and each one got to come to life one day a month, and they got to live. And I walk around, I'm like, what is Kohl's? What is happening in here? And I don't see anybody like, I'm going on the wrong day. I'm frightened by Kohl's and why Kohl's exists. Just have it an empty space and call it like call it the Samazon lofts, like Sephora and Amazon. And it's just like an open air space where like maybe street vendors could be inside vending like juices. And then you can like go buy like eyeliner. You can make a return. You can, I don't know, maybe bring back a public telephone, something that people can use. Kohl's. And everything's overpriced. And then also too, Amazon tries to give you a certificate that's like, oh, 25% off of whatever you purchase today. This is like, they give it to you like after you make your return. I don't want 25% off of anything. There's nothing in here. I'm confused. Maybe 25% off of a Butterfinger. Like I would take that. Department stores selling Butterfingers. Do you remember when the department stores would only sell Godiva chocolate? Like that's, and I like a Butterfinger. I'm not shaming a Butterfinger. I'm just saying. Have you seen the price also too of like a king size candy bar? It's like almost $3. I remember when a candy bar was like 59 cents and the king size was 79 cents. That's how fucking old I am in this game. Like almost $3. And who's buying a regular size candy bar anyway? Certainly not our guest today, that's for sure. She's not buying a king size. You know what? Maybe I just haven't given Kohl's a fair shake because, as I said, I felt like Kohl's was the replacement for Mervyn's, which was cooler. I don't know if it was a replacement or if it's something new. I don't know if they were in competition with anyone because I don't really know another store like them. Maybe JCPenney, Sears. It's kind of that vibe, but JCPenney and Sears used to have the JCPenney and Sears catalog, which gave them sort of swag. And then when that fell apart, they were like, okay, we're out of here. Bye. Like, I don't know why Kohl's thinks like they're doing something. They're not, but maybe I should give them a fair shake. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Kohl's. I'm going to take a friend with me to hold my hand because I am very fearful of liminal spaces. And I'm going to take an Amazon return with me and I'm going to make it a point to buy something in Sephora. But I'm going to give myself a little budget to go looking from department to department to see what it is that they have. And I want to come back here and report to you what really happens there. Who knows? Maybe I'll find something red carpet ready to wear. That would be nice. Maybe I will find Samsonite luggage at 90. Maybe the Christmas stuff will already be 99% off. Maybe they'll finally do that. I don't know if they will, but I want to do that. I love my Very Delta viewers and listeners more than anything. Thank you so much for supporting this. I feel like I owe you to give you a report about not just this, but all the things that I sort of complain about and don't know about, which you heard me. I said complain, even though I believe I'm informing. I do know that some people think that I'm complaining, and that's fine. That's what we do here, right? We fry the little fish. Thank you so much. I love you to pieces. Thank you for listening. Thank you. Continue to support. Continue being very whoever you are, because it aligns with Very Delta. If you're very Alex, if you're very Tiffany, if you're very Janelle, whoever you very are, let's be very together. Do you want to see me take a break? Because I think you want to see me take a break.
Coming up, April Carrión gets very Delta. That's the T.
Today's guest is an absolute goddess from season 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race, the one and only April Carrión.
Hola, hola, hola.
Thank you for being here.
Hi, thank you for having me, Delta. Gracias.
You look like spring. You look like a scoop of sherbet ice cream.
Ay, gracias. I'm manifesting spring because I need this warm weather. I need flowers to spring. It's so gloomy. I need it.
Yeah, you really are about color. Like we were talking about backstage. You love wearing color. You love being in colorful places.
Sí, sí.
I always think of you doing photo shoots. Like that's
Sí,
a thing
sí.
you've done for a very long time.
I love it. Como que I just feel like life is in color, and like I feel happier when everything is joyful and like colorful. It just brings me joy and it's happy. Although like no sé, sometimes a lot of color gets me too like chaotic, but I kind of like it as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I love doing photo shoots. I love it. It's just like especially like in nature, because it just like complements. I mean, we're taking drag outside of like where it's supposed to be and just planting it in nature and being part of it, because we are part of nature as well.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't even put on makeup today.
No, you never do. You never do. You just, but I feel like when I'm going to take these off because I just keep banging them everywhere. I love
them
these.
off.
I love them because I love the proportion of them, but I'm going to set them here just so everyone can enjoy them. Just like that. I don't know how to get them. You're one of the only people I feel like who really celebrates when we talk about color or being in nature or taking photos. You celebrate this duality.
Yeah.
You celebrate yourself whether you're fully decorated or stripped down.
Sí,
How do
sí.
you feel about that?
I just feel like being my drag persona is more about being an energy and transmitting that feminine energy into its most vulnerable state. And I feel like even like when I was growing up, I would watch like Disney movies like Atlantis and like Pocahontas, and I would really be attracted to these women because they were so stripped of everything, but they were so delicate and like strong at the same time. But and they were like basically wearing nothing, but still had this strongness to them. And I'm like, and I grew up like in the mountains and nature in Puerto Rico, so it just like it resonates a lot with me. Just that simplicity, and it's really in the details and how you pose with your arms, you point your toes, your feet, and everything, and it's just like it emulates that feminine energy, and you don't really have to always have huge drag or like have a parade. You can just be subtle and just just have that woman in you come out.
I like that. I like that.
Sí, sí.
That's so pretty.
I see. I
You
love
really
being a
look like
woman.
you look like a scoop of ice cream, like that, like sherbet ice cream. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
That's
sí, sí.
fruity and creamy, and that's just like who you are. That your hair is gorgeous. Where is this hair from?
Ay, gracias. It's from a friend from Puerto Rico, Luboa Wigs, and he's
Gorgeous.
amazing. He's sick.
Absolutely beautiful.
I see. When I
Yeah.
saw this hair, I just like, como que started screaming because it was just so perfect. I see.
Did you know that you had this dress, or did you find the dress for the hair?
No, I found the dress for the hair. Yeah,
I love
and
that.
it like marched perfectly. Pero sí, I
Yeah,
love this.
I love that.
Ay,
You grew
gracias.
up. You say you grew up like in the mountains in
Sí,
Puerto
sí.
Rico. Tell me about your siblings, because I know that you have some a group of siblings that is different than what everyone else has.
Yeah. My we are 3 brothers from mom and dad, and we are all gay. We're homosexuals, and like everybody has their own kind of spectrum and way of expressing their gayness, I guess, but they're more reserved. I'm kind of like the more out there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm the youngest one. So, but it's fun to have a gay brothers. I guess I felt like really
Yeah.
protected, and I think that really gave me the strength to be out there, to be a drag queen, to be loud and like not give a fuck, honestly, to like whatever everybody
Mm-hmm.
thought of me, because I had like my two older brothers, which are so skinny, but I mean they could like punch them and go like I'll be like whatever.
Yeah, they have confidence.
Yeah. See.
I love. What do they think about your drag?
Oh, bitch, they love it. They really support me. They're really proud of me, and like I even did this photo shoot like a couple years ago that I put them in drag, and it was fun.
How did that turn out? I'd
It
love to
was
see that.
really fun. It was really, really fun. And even my mom and dad were just so excited because we did like, it was for Pride. So we did boy, like some colors, and then the opposite colors, we did them as drag. And they came out really pretty. And it was so funny because my older brother, he never had done drag. And he didn't want to take off anything. The
Oh, I
nails,
bet.
the hair. He just pranced around the house for
Really?
like hours. It was so funny. So funny.
And what do you think their favorite parts of it was? Like, was it the drag, or was it the like wigs, shoes?
I think it was just everything when they saw each other like completely done up. It was just like a fantasy. And just like just having that moment with them individually, because I don't really do makeup. So I spent like a bunch of time on them. And it was fun just to have that little time with us, and like I don't know, it was a great project. I loved it.
adorable.
Yes. Sí, son unas perras también. And
Yes.
they're since I was born in April, that's why my name came from. Well, they are May Carrión and October Carrión. So we're
Cute.
like, yeah, the calendar.
Do you think they'll revisit drag?
I hope not.
Were they competitive with one another? Or
Oh
with you?
no. They no, I just hope not. One drag is enough. I cannot with another
Yeah.
drag queen in the family. I cannot.
You can't do it.
I no. I want to be the princess.
I love that. How long have you been here in LA?
I've been here a year and like a couple months, like 5 months.
Uh-huh.
See, I'm still getting used to it, honestly.
Yeah, but you work everywhere. I mean, you really
Sí.
do.
I am really blessed and really grateful for like all the queens that have opened the doors for me here, and like really, it's really felt like a family. Y me encanta. I'm so grateful. But it's just like a whole different energy, honestly. Than
Really?
like, yeah, than what I'm living. Because Puerto Rico, it was just so chill. Like everybody was just having a good time. There was no rush. No, I mean there was traffic, but not like LA traffic,
Right.
honestly. Pero it's just different, and I like it. I love that I can work a whole lot and like get to see so many girls, and I don't know, just be where everything, drag is the
Mhm.
pinnacle, and just be here. I love it.
You're, I mean, known as like an amazing performer. You have such control of your body. You love interacting with the audience.
I see.
But I always imagine, like, I'm trying to imagine what, like, the April Carrión show is, because I feel like you should have your own weekly show. Like, I could
I would
see
love
that. I think it's time that somebody makes that space available to you, because I think you just have this refinement of what you would put in your show. What would that
See.
look like, do you think?
I would love that. Is one of my dreams, because back home, before I was on Drag Race, I would go out maybe like once a month, but I would make these productions with like scenery and like special effects with lighting, with props. I even brought a bed one time and had like a huge pillow fight and like feathers all over the club. It
Cute.
was like I love productions and like giving an experience, and I wish I could do more here, but it's just like, well, you have to be comprised and like so you can travel, so your like show can travel. But I would love to have como que just a space where I could just go crazy. And I would also love to have like a one woman show when I can tell a story,
Mhm.
because I believe como que, at least in my drag, in my mind, I like to have a concept to tell a story to. And every show, even if it's just like, I don't know, just in my mind that nobody really can resonate with it, but it just helps me organize and construct something, and I love
No, it
that.
resonates. It
Yeah.
definitely resonates, because from one number to the next, just working with you, like, I've seen you strip in a
Yes,
number.
sí.
I've seen you do cosplay characters.
Sí.
I've seen you give something like really like something emotional.
Mhm.
And so it does resonate. People
Sí,
know
sí.
it. I think people can tell. That's why they want to come back and see you. And I think
Yeah.
I think a great start for a show like that, like you say, with the props and stuff, it's difficult. But even if you just did it like started one time and you were
Sí,
like, I have
sí.
a special event coming up and this is my little cast of like who I want, and you maybe just build it around yourself.
Sí, sí. But
Yeah.
it is scary though. Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh
it's
my
always
God. It
scary. Every
is.
week, because you
Sí,
are a
sí.
perfectionist.
Yeah.
Every night that you perform is scary
It is. It
because you
is.
put a lot of work into what you do.
Sí,
We were just
sí.
talking about you doing your mixes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just like you want to deliver como que a certain type of caliber. And especially here where there's so many drag queens, you want to, just be known for something like good drag, you know? So it's just like I put a lot of effort into it and I don't know, but I do want to do it. I will do it.
You will.
Especially
Yeah.
like here, I feel like we need more Latin voices, especially like I think my point of view here is something fresh, something new that people would strive to and like connect to. And I even like when I do Spanish songs that nobody really knows, they really are paying attention and they really enjoy it because it's something different and something. And I try to build it so it can be entertaining and people really like it. So see, hopefully soon.
Yeah. You obviously you've been here a year and a half
Mm-hmm.
ish, but you still have a connection, of course, to Puerto Rico.
See,
Your
definitely.
family, friends, wig stylists.
Yes,
What's
yes.
happening there? What do you know about?
But mira, I love Puerto Rico, and in my mind, when I moved here, I'm gonna work here, but I want to live there
Mhm.
because the way of living there, it's just so exquisite. The way that life is, it's just so simple and just so enjoyable. And I love going to the beach, and I love summer. I hate the cold. I hate the cold, so I'm used to that. And I wish I could still live there and prosper in my career. But Puerto Rico, when I was growing up, was in an all-time high, and it was a great place to build and to have successful careers. But now I feel like politics are preventing that, preventing Puerto Ricans to stay in Puerto Rico to grow in there. So most of my generation lives in the States or like elsewhere. All of my friends live como que all around the US because we can't live there. It's not prosperous for us. It's not beneficial. We can't really grow there because it limits us so much because of the laws about taxes and like building new businesses. But then people from the US, they are exempt for a lot of taxes and we actually have a huge problem because a lot of people are coming um and taking over, buying
Right.
land, buying como que buildings, which I mean it is beneficial because they are making it better, but at the same time they are making it better because it's easier for them. If we
Mhm.
had the same benefits, I think we would as well do that because I would love to give back to my culture and like foment my queerness in Puerto Rico, but like it's so I can't make a living out of it.
Right.
It's the truth. But and it's sad. It saddens me because you see all these Americans, which I mean we're all here for them, but like they're taking over our land and our homes, and it's sad. It's frustrating, just because the government is catering to them and not to its people, and we're
Mhm.
losing our culture, I guess, in some sort. But I mean, everybody wants to live in Puerto Rico. Like Puerto Ricans want to live there, but we do have to make a living and have a good life as well. So
Yeah, you're right. I see sometimes on TikTok people talking about like here's how cheap I live in Mexico,
yeah,
and I'm thinking like, what?
yeah,
And they're like, oh, just come in here and take it over. And they're talking about gentrifying and making it. Isn't it wonderful? And I'm like, you're just raising the rent for the people who already live there.
that is true.
You're
Yeah,
just you're ruining it for them. They can't even make a living. And then you're oftentimes the same people that when you're back in the States, you're ripping and roaring about like, oh, these street vendors and this and that and the other. And it's like, well, you can't have it all.
it's
Like
very that.
you
Yeah,
can't shit on everybody in another space but then want to benefit from it. It's
yeah.
just it's awful. It's so awful.
But I
to
mean, it
see.
is great to share our land and our culture with everybody because it is splendid, and we love for people to enjoy. Even when I have people coming, like visiting PR, I love to show them around, show them like secret beaches and like hidden gems, because it's so rich and so
Oh, gorgeous! I bet.
But it should be better for us, and it's sad, but I know it will get better because eventually all those politicians are gonna die and we're gonna
Yeah,
take over.
that's the hope.
Yeah, that is
That's
the
our hope.
Yes.
We hope you all die.
Fuck yeah.
And then fuck off.
Yes,
And then never come
yes.
back. And then we could be splendid.
Fuck yeah.
I love it. Let's take a break.
Very Delta, helping people live better lives since last year.
And we are back with the beautiful, beautiful April Carrión.
Hola, hola. Hi, everybody.
I love that. I just can't stop looking at you.
I guess,
Honestly,
yeah.
you really, because you hit on earlier about this idea of like telling a story
Mhm.
in a number, but you tell a story in just a look,
Sí, sí,
right? I
sí.
think that's so important. It is. The devil is in the details.
Yes, and it truly is. Even today, like I wanted to bring spring, you know.
Yeah.
I'm manifesting that, so I had to bring, spring colors and like flourish and
Yeah.
see, there's always I feel like when you have purpose, I think things people digest it better
Mhm.
and like they identify it better, even if it's just for you and your mind. But
Right.
it just makes sense for me. So since I feel comfortable and like perra in it, you're gonna fucking eat it because I put my hard work into it.
See, and I think because I always sort of live by this philosophy that it was in a movie about the life of Martha Stewart. And
Uh-huh.
I don't know that Martha Stewart ever said this, but the character the actress that was playing it in the role, she said, my job is not to bring myself down to America's standards, it's to bring them to mine.
Yeah.
And so you sort of do live in that philosophy of if it's good enough for me,
Sí.
it's going to be good enough for you because you have such high standards.
Sí.
Are you wearing pasties under this right now?
No, these
You're
are my
not?
full breasts.
Okay, because I know that you wear pasties a lot for
Sí,
stuff.
sí. Yeah.
What do you have any advice for people who are first time pasty wearers?
Mira, it's not gonna be. It's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt.
It's pain is beauty, honestly. But it's so satisfying when I'm stripping and like taking everything off, and then I'm just in pasties and just like seeing everybody's reaction. It's just like, oh my God, where is it? How can I hide it? What is it? It's so funny but I love it. I feel liberated and just like I feel it's so fun to watch people being attracted to me as a woman, but knowing I'm a guy, I guess. And
Mhm.
just like that mind fuck, it just really resonates with me. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm doing that.
Well, yeah, there's definitely that power
Sí.
in sexuality and we're lucky to be in the space that we're in right now. We're lucky to
Look,
be alive in a
yeah.
time where we don't have to label anything. We can be liberated. We can say from one day to the next, this is exciting to me, and now
Yeah.
this is exciting, and simultaneously, it's
Yeah.
great. And
It
there's
is.
and by you saying that, like, there's so much power. And I we say, if you can see it, you can be it, right? So when
Yeah.
people see you do that, they're like, I can have that for a piece of myself.
Sí.
Do you like to buy pasties, make pasties, or both?
Pues mira,
Embellish?
yes, I actually like to make most of my pasties because I usually have a theme. So like I feel like the pasty should at least even if it's little, it should resonate with the theme. Like
Right.
the other day I did a Kali Uchis number for her album release, and the song was That to Me. So my dress was like full of blood and stuff like that, and it was like all fully rhinestones. But then I ended up with pasties, and the pasties were like blood drops, I guess.
Okay.
And they were like really as well rhinestone and everything, but it just fit the theme.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean I like to customize my pasties. So yeah, I mean it's really not that hard to make them, but it is fun just to rhinestone and like precise them.
Well, I learned a long
tassels.
time ago that pasties are not one size fits all because I
That is
have
true.
very, very, very Mexican areolas. So my nipples, not my nipple, but my areola itself
Yeah.
is large,
Sí, sí.
which some people love.
Yeah.
It's like a little caramel pancake,
Yeah.
and so people like them.
See,
And so
of
back in the day,
course.
I would wear pasties.
No, you
I have pictures.
no.
I'll show you.
Oh my
I have them on my
God.
Instagram, and I would stone them, and I would even cut my bras so that underneath would like
You had that
support
cleavage,
me.
yeah.
And I don't know why I stopped, but I have pictures. I have quite a few.
Oh my
It was my
God.
thing, but this is like we're talking like the early 2000s.
Damn. And
Yeah.
you would make your pasties.
I would
on-
make my pasties. You know what I would buy is buckram.
What is
So
that?
like buckram is like a very thick, almost reminds you of like a screen door, but it's not.
See. That's
To
what
make
I
hats,
use. Yeah. That's what I
right?
use as well.
And then I would just cut a circle bigger than it needed to be, halfway line, and then twist it,
Exactly.
right?
That. Yeah. With hot glue. Yeah.
Well, some of the pictures were pasties that I bought and just rhinestoned over, and you
See.
could see that like the nipple or the areola is showing.
Oh my God. That's
And so it's like,
funny.
oh my gosh. Like, so at first I was like kind of embarrassed, but then my
Yeah.
friend Philip, who also did drag at the time, was like, no, sister, it's sexy because like you're telling them
It's a
like,
peekaboo.
I could barely even hold it in. It's
Yes.
I can barely show
That's
my
so
breasts are falling
funny.
out.
Yes.
It is fun. It's
Yes.
liberating.
See, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I
That's
didn't
so
know
fun.
that about you.
Well, you know what? We should do this. Like maybe we will do a pasties show.
Oh my-
Pasties and pastries.
Yes, bitch.
that
Yes.
cute?
I
It'll-
would love
It's
that.
like Candyland show.
I would never picture because I feel like you're so refined and such a elegant woman. I didn't see you as a whole. Like
No, I like to
know?
get on my knees and throw neck.
Oh, look
Uh-huh.
at you.
Yeah, I
Yes.
just suck all the dicks.
I-
I'll line them up.
Really?
I
I
don't
don't see you like that. You're
Uh-huh.
a woman. You're a no.
care. Uh-huh. Yeah.
I don't see.
well,
you get
because-
service in my head. You know.
Right. Well, that too. Yeah. It just depends on who, because like we were saying, you can be so many different things.
That is true.
right?
Yeah. See. That's so funny. We should. Let's do that.
We should.
Pastries
We
and
should.
pasties.
And it'll just be all like coming into like the bakery, and you could have your cakes
oh
out.
my God. Yes.
We could have like whipped cream titties.
Oh my
Oh, this
God.
is perfect.
Yes.
This
yes,
could be
yes.
an actual like a big show that people would come to.
Yes. Yes.
We could even have like girls that are dressed up as like our maids
I
help
see.
you undress.
I see. That would be so
Wouldn't
fun.
that be pretty?
Yes.
I love
and
that.
put whipped cream all over me so I can como que somebody can lick them and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
see. Something nice.
Something pretty.
I see.
I like it.
Oh.
Because we're talking about spring and all the beautiful things. Do April showers bring Nina flowers?
April showers. Well, yes, she does actually. That's so funny that you bring Nina Flowers because my name was inspired by Nina Flowers because
Uh-huh.
she kept her last name. So I'm like, I want to keep it as well.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I guess she's my fairy godmother.
I love that. I love that.
Yes.
I think in a lot of communities, there's a weird, like, you can't really discern all the time if somebody is your drag sister,
Yeah.
a drag fairy godmother, a
Yeah.
drag mother, a drag dad. Like
Sí,
it's all
sí,
this.
sí.
And I remember talking to Alexis and Yara a long time ago about the building one another up
Sí, sí.
in a community where like maybe somebody does hair, but maybe they do drag, and
Yeah.
maybe that's really the strength, don't you think?
See, and especially back home in Puerto Rico, drag it's a small community, so everybody kind of knew everybody, and everybody helped everybody just to get better. And I remember just seeing Nina Flowers just having. At first I was so scared, but like it was just so intriguing, and it was her style, and like then everybody branched out into because of her because they were inspired because of her.
Mhm.
One of my most proud moments was when we did a tour in Brazil, and it was Nina, Jara, Jessica, and me. And it was like 4 different generations of drag from PR. And I remember just being backstage and como que telling myself, this is real. This is like
Right.
unreal. Como que these are people like I admired and followed them. And just like having them stand next to me, it was just like crazy.
Gorgeous.
I see.
I love that. When you travel, you went to Brazil,
Uh-huh.
tour of Brazil. When you travel anywhere, April, what's in your carry-on?
In my carry-on, pues mira, I always have to put my makeup on in my
Uh-huh.
carry-on because I am not going to Walmart and like inventing some sort of face. No, I need my products. What else do I need? My shaving cream.
Uh-huh.
I
Which I don't believe you grow body hair, by the way.
Oh
Although
my God,
I mean, I've
yes.
seen pictures.
Sí,
I
sí.
know, but I just can't even think of you like
sí, sí.
growing ear hair or nose hair. Like
Oh
you're so
my God,
delicate,
yes.
even when you're not painted up.
I see. But yeah, I'm so hairy out of drag, como que, and I love that just the position of like,
Mhm.
como que being an otter kind of, and then being this silky
Mhm.
seductress, como que me gusta mucho. I see. And but that shaving, como que, and taking care of my skin, it really is a process because I am so hairy. So I have
Right.
to like moisturize, exfoliate, just be a lady. So again, I don't have razor bumps and my ass.
Because
can be
they have a
smooth.
mind of their own.
They
The
do. They
hairs
really
do.
do. They really do. That's why I always travel in my carry on a small bag of lotion as well. So yeah. I also have snacks. I always travel
Oh,
with
what
snacks.
are your snacks?
Well, trail mix and like I don't know, like fruity gummy, like those Welch's
Uh-huh.
gummy
Fruit
bears, whatever. Yeah,
snacks.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, trail mix, granola bars, and a bottle of water.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Do you like to drink soda?
I drink sodas, but I try to limit that. But I do love Sprite, and those like small cans are perfect because they're like portion control.
Small
Yeah,
cans.
they're like 9 ounces.
9 ounces
Yeah.
of drink.
See that's just the perfect amount. And even so, that could be two meals.
2 servings.
Yes.
So this is why you look so okay, so this I'm gonna have to 9 ounces. So if I drink 9 ounces of Sprite and trail mix
Yes.
and I portion control
Yeah.
and I hang out at the beach
And well, I do work out a
and I
lot, but
put
I do love sweets.
work out,
Yes. You have to.
you have such a commitment. This is what I love about you. No, what I really and I joke, but what I love about you is you really do. You're one of the people that I know who has an extreme understanding of your balance
See.
and your body and your mind. I really mean that. Like, we know people who look great, and I love
See.
that about them, and they like to party and they like to do this, that, and the other. But you really do all of this for yourself because it makes
See.
you feel well,
Yeah.
and I admire that.
See, I take it back to when I started doing drag. I started in art school,
Mhm.
and then in art school, that was like when my mind blew up because that's when I learned purpose when you do things and the work you do behind closed doors. It's what's most important, what people don't see, because when you do all of that background work, and everything is set, everything just flows, and you shouldn't see that hard work when you present something, but
Mm.
the hard work is there. But in order for that to flow, you really need to work hard. That's why it is a commitment, because it is kind of like a performance art. Because if I didn't do drag, I wouldn't diet. I wouldn't. I mean, I'm sure I would, but not as rigorous. I wouldn't work out as much, and I'd be more laid off. But no sé, but I am committed to the craft. That's
Yeah.
why I do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are. And
Sí,
it keeps
sí.
you doing what you
Sí,
do.
sí.
You do, I believe, when I see entertainers like yourself or people that do present a lot of like body movement,
Mhm.
you have to make the physical commitment
Sí,
to that
sí.
as well
It is.
in order for yourself to look as fluid as you do.
Yeah.
And that's what's beautiful.
Sí, sí,
I
sí.
love
I
that.
see. You have to. Even like training, I love taking. Here, I've taken a couple of like dance classes because I don't want to be particularly like a dance performer, but like you just have to keep on training and like specialize, learn new things, learn new tricks, or like
Mhm.
just get to in tune with your body as well. That's why I like yoga a lot.
Mhm.
It's just a whole lifestyle.
Yeah, you're very liquidy when you perform. Your
Sí,
body
sí,
does that, and that's what I admire. I love seeing that in other performers that
sí,
have a confidence about them that isn't it's not haughty, it's not arrogant at
sí, sí.
all. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
it's confidence.
Even when you perform, you don't do dips or like go all out. It's just like
Not
it's
on Thursdays.
not on
Only I do those
Thursday.
on Wednesdays.
Pero it's more about a presence and a power in that, and which is it really comes to a seasoned performer or a seasoned like a mature person to project that, and
Mhm.
you really need to do the work, know yourself.
Mhm.
Como que that's why I really enjoy just Tommy Ross, not Tommy from Palm Springs.
Tommy Ross,
Yeah. Oh my God, the
entertainer
first
from
time I saw her, it just blew my mind. She didn't move 1 inch from the stage. But she did this song for like 7 minutes, and I was just bawling. Just that power. It was just like incredible.
I love seeing people like that.
I know, it's just so mesmerizing. I can't.
I
I
love
see.
that.
So inspiring.
Yeah. What do you have like a favorite if you had like a go-to right now artist to perform?
But mira, my pop diva is always Kylie Minogue because my character, like I get inspired because of her effortless. She's
Mhm.
always so fascinating, but like in her way and just very elegant. So I always strive towards her. And I also like Rosalia a lot now,
Mhm.
just because she has a mix of a lot of things, of a very Caribbean mix. I don't know, like an English mix as well. It's just like, no sé, just putting everything together. La cultura Latinoamericana. Just like
Mhm.
Latin culture, I think is so rich and there's so much to get out of. Right now, I feel like we're in a hypeful moment of Latin culture that's being appreciated
Yeah.
again. And I love just riding that wave. Me encanta.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful too. Like, I think because there's been so many years of Drag Race, people think that there's sort of like a casting formula. So they'll say
Mm-hmm.
like, well, we have to have a big
Yeah,
girl, we have
yeah.
to have a girl that dances, we have to have a Puerto Rican girl, we have to have, and I think for a moment. There was a time where the people that are consuming Drag Race
Mm-hmm.
would say, oh, there's a personality to the Puerto Rican girl, they
Yeah,
would
yeah.
say. And that's not true.
No, it's
It's
not.
not
It's
fucking
not.
true.
No.
And it's also not true when they clump together and they say like, well, where's all of the Latin queens? And then they just own, like, they'll say, oh, well, this is the Puerto Rican girls. And I'm like, there's other girls too, but that's the beauty of, like you said, right now.
Yeah.
Outside of Drag Race, in media in general, everyone's getting celebrated.
See, it is.
And
It
it's
is.
perfect because the colors are so different, but they complement one another,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Even like I feel a lot of Drag Race girls como que are just embracing their roots. Even
Yeah.
como que Tammy Brown, you, James Manfield, como que they're just being more outspoken about it because it's more accepting, I guess.
Mhm.
Y como que it's beautiful to see that because we are not just one thing. There's so many generations before us that we need to acknowledge and like get inspired from as well.
Yeah.
Como que sí. And growing up, I went to an English school and just like in my mind, I was always como que, I don't know, los gringos are like what's
Uh-huh.
in, como que I need to strive for that. But growing up and traveling the world, it's just like our culture is so rich, como que there's so much more
It
to
is.
explore.
Even within, like I said, even within Drag Race, when
See?
you try to say the Puerto Rican girls are just like this, stop it. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
true. Like it's a
not.
variety.
See, we're not characters.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own spin on it.
Even
Yeah.
like me and Mayhem were chatting about, people will say like Mayhem and Heidi are so similar. They're not similar
They're
because they have a
not.
similar face shape maybe, or a similar eyebrow. You just clump
Yeah.
it. It's crazy. We could talk about it forever. Let's take a break.
Do you want to? Read me Delta. Stay tuned.
And we are back with beautiful guest April Carrión.
Yes, welcome back.
Or some people say Carrion, which I think
Carrion.
is like, it's easy to say Carrion,
Yeah.
right?
See, when I started traveling, that would be my introduction. I'm like, I am not a carry-on bag because you can't fit me in a carry-on. So you have
Right.
to roll your R's with me. Carrion.
And that makes it even better, I think.
See.
This is the part of the podcast where we answer letters.
I love this.
Right?
I see.
Are you ready?
I am so ready. I hope our ginger buddy.
Yeah, sometimes they don't know. Well, they don't know who's here.
Okay.
So it's a surprise.
Soup special.
First letter is here. I have to be careful because sometimes the letters that are sent are folded up, and then when I go to open them,
You rip them? No.
yeah, and so then I have to like.
Is that letter opener so sharp, ma?
I know, isn't
You
that
have to
pretty?
beware. Oh my God, look at that.
Okay, let's
You look
see.
like an evil teacher.
Like I'm gonna stab somebody with it.
Fuck yeah, stab somebody.
Okay, first letter. Dear Delta and guest, I just read about a cup of coffee in London that you drink out of a donut. What do you think of that? More to the point, what do you think of bread bowls? Why are they always full of clam chowder? I love your YouTube talk show. Very Tanaka.
Very Tanaka.
Very Tanaka. Coffee in a donut. I don't know how you do that, but I guess they probably bake it in that shape. So the donut must be very hardy, like a cronut. Have you ever had a cronut?
No.
It's a croissant and a donut merged together. So it's like very weighty,
Okay.
but flaky.
I can see that. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in trying it though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just gonna be like eating soup, but instead of soup, it's just coffee
Yeah.
with a glaze in it.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds delicious, honestly. Me gusta.
Yeah, I like gimmicky things like that. I think that's
Sí.
fun. Do you eat soup out of a bread bowl ever?
No.
No.
I mean, I've had, but no sé. It's just like it's so messy.
It is messy.
But I love bread. I do love bread and soup. I like to dump my bread into the soup
Mhm.
because then the bread gets so soggy. It's just so gummy and like I want my bread to be no sé durito,
Yeah.
flavorful.
Yeah.
And I feel like the donut, I feels like a good idea, but I have to drink it fast because I don't want it to be too soggy. Same as my cereal. I cannot. If I put milk in my cereal, I have to eat it so fast because I hate it when it's so like gummy. Ugh.
Really?
Ay no, no me
What kind of
gusta.
cereal do you like?
Mira, my favorite out of all times, which is so hard to find here. I've only bought it here once. Max, you know that the red one with like I think it's a frog. It's like caramel, like little.
Smacks.
Yeah,
yes,
Smacks.
yes.
Oh my
I
God.
do know those.
Those are my favorite.
Those are
favorite.
so good.
Oh, so good. I can't find them anywhere though.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna have to get you some.
I see. So my alternative is honey bunches of oats, just to be
so
healthy.
good. That's a classic. I
Right,
mean,
yeah.
honestly. No, Smacks, I remember those as a kid. And you can also get ones sometimes if you can't find the brand, the store will have their own brand of it.
But I've tried to look,
Not
and
that either, huh?
yeah, no. And when I found that box, it was like a family box.
Uh-huh.
It lasted me a day and a half.
Yeah, you went in.
Yes, I was
What kind of
praying
milk
for
do
them.
you have with that?
Lactose-free milk.
Yeah.
Sí,
Okay.
sí, sí,
I'm
sí.
into it.
Sí.
I see that.
But like a little. I don't love milk too much, but I just count to 5. I go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's enough.
I love that
Yes,
technique.
yes.
I love that.
See, not too much because I don't want the milk to overpower, but I just want that. Honestly, I put the milk just to drink the milk afterwards.
Right.
So it just get those like sugary juices afterwards.
Would you, if you had to eat like what people would consider like a healthy cereal, like I guess Cheerios would be considered healthy.
Yeah,
That's
no,
like a
I
hard,
don't like that.
You don't
no.
like that?
No, because it's just so stale.
Raisin Bran?
No,
No.
no.
Crunchy Corn Bran?
My healthy option is honey bunches of oats.
Okay.
That's as far as I'm
Uh-huh.
healthy. Because I like to be healthy, but I love my sugar, so there needs to be a balance.
Yeah.
Como que I can't eat. That's why I know you're gonna hate me for this. I hate Diet Coke and like diet
Some
sodas.
people don't like it.
because it's just the sugar in it. It's just like there's something about it. I just hate it.
It's the artificial, the
sí.
aspartame that's in it.
I don't drink a soda, but I do love the sugar and juices. I love juices. Me encanta eso. Pero what were we talking about? Cereal milk,
Cereal milk.
coffee, donuts.
Raja told me about a Korean banana milk she got the other day. That
Korean banana milk.
She got it by her house, and she said it tastes like. She said it was super, super cold, and it reminded her of drinking the milk after you're done with your cereal.
Ay, qué rico.
That's
that
what I'm
sounds,
saying.
Yes.
That's what we have to get.
I see. There was this one. I went to this place in New York called Milk Studios or something like that, and it was like a bakery, and they had cereal milk. So it's just like milk with just like your favorite. Like they had like Frosted Flakes and like 3 other brands of cereal, but it was just like just the milk out of
I
it.
love that.
It was so good. It was so good. But that sounds amazing because I do love banana. That's my favorite food. And like banana with like milk. I see. Qué rico.
I even love artificial banana flavor, like Laffy Taffy or anything
really?
like that.
Ay, mommy. No.
I love it.
I don't know.
You can't do artificial?
No, just like the banana stuff, como que no sé. I'll try it, pero no sé por qué no me gusta.
I love this. There's an energy about what we like. I love this.
Yeah.
Also, I have to note to Mark, the producer, in order to follow the April Carrión healthy way of living, that I need a family-sized box of cereal that can last me a day and a half. And if I eat that, it's fine. It's healthy.
It is.
It's healthy. Honey Bunches of Oats, family size.
Sí.
That's not too much food.
No.
Because you look like, I mean, hello.
It's fine.
I like Very Tanaka was saying about why is clam chowder always in the one thing they put in the bread bowl. I do love clam chowder. There's really not any soups that I don't like, which is interesting because I don't like peas. I hate peas.
Really?
In any dish. I will pick them out. But I love pea soup because I think it's the texture.
Okay, I got it.
Which is interesting. I don't like peas because I feel like they pop when you bite them.
I like that.
I don't like cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes because they pop. But like I like the sensation of busting in my mouth, but not vegetables. Which
really,
yeah.
I am actually really attracted to those vegetables because of the texture. Because I like how bouncy they feel and just like squishing them,
like little balls.
Yes,
Yeah.
I see it. I'm like,
Yeah.
When I was little, I would go to the supermarket and the bread aisle. I would just like to squish the bread and just go running because it's just like that feeling and the peas and like tomatoes like that. I like and like bananas as well. It's just like so squishy. feels like I'm destroying something in my mouth.
When we were in Palm Springs recently, we were out. We had part of what we had to do was this sort of mix and mingle thing, and I just loved being. We were very free to just kind of be around.
Yeah.
Right, there was nobody really governing what we were doing, and I just thought it was adorable, like watching you boy watch, and
Oh
so
my
when you
God,
talk about
yes.
squeezing the
I
bread aisle,
see.
it's just so adorable because it's just charming. I love it.
See.
I love it.
I love to squish things. Yeah.
You do, huh?
I see.
Okay,
See.
the other letter is inside this purse.
Look at that.
Isn't that cute?
Ay, that is so cute. Me encanta.
Okay, let's see.
Top secret letter.
Top secret letter.
Is it from the president?
I think it is actually. Set this purse right over here. Do you make soup at home ever?
But you know what? We don't really grow up como que having soup because Puerto Rico is such a hot place. We don't drink soup that much.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have soup when it's rainy. That's the best.
Like if you went to a restaurant right now and you were gonna have soup, what would you think? Like,
I don't think I'd ever order food.
really.
Soup. Como que,
Really?
yeah, because I went yesterday to an Asian restaurant and I had miso soup because I love miso soup.
Yeah, that is good.
Sí, sí,
That is
sí,
good.
sí.
Okay, this is next letter. I have no idea how this got here because we were just talking about this, and I don't filter these letters; they come to me. My queens, is cereal soup?
Oh my God. Dios
Weird.
mío. So controversial.
It is controversial because I mean, listen, I don't think it's soup. I think it's cereal.
No,
but
it's two different categories for me as well, yeah.
yeah, it is two different categories.
Well, it can transform into one though,
Tell me
because
how.
I feel like when cereal gets too soggy and too disgusting, it can be kind of soupy.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I measure my milk with 5 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2.
No, that's
three.
slow.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No,
That's no
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes, that's correct.
That's the amount.
Yeah, that's the amount.
I'm gonna try it just because, but I think if that works for me, I might apply that to my Diet Coke to start weaning off of Diet Coke.
Yeah. I mean,
You
it's
know-
just fine. Yeah.
I think it's not a bad idea.
Sí, sí. Same with coffee. I count to 3. 1, 2, 3. That's enough
For your
milk.
creamer.
Yeah. Sí, sí.
Do you go to Starbucks? Like, do you like that?
Rarely.
Rarely.
I like to make my coffee and my I don't know how do you call it in English. Es como una cafetera, just like the silver one.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Just like I love that. Y
Yeah.
como que Puerto Rican coffee. That's the only thing I bring from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rican
Is coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sí, sí.
I think people who like actually do enjoy coffee, people who drink coffee because they like the taste and the effect, generally like to make their own coffee.
Sí, sí.
They don't, because they're willing to drink it with maybe just a little creamer and sweetener.
Yeah.
But I think people who more like all the flavors are probably people who go more to Starbucks.
Sí,
Do you know what I'm
sí.
saying?
Yeah.
I don't drink coffee that much. I like coffee,
Sí.
but I always feel like if I'm drinking coffee like straight from the coffee maker, I feel like that's like 3:00 in the morning in an emergency room because somebody's dying.
Yeah. I can see
Or
that.
I'm at the car dealer and they're about to tell me that my check engine light is going to be a $3,000
Oh my
something.
God, yeah.
Right?
You have to have the energy to
Right.
digest it. Yeah.
But I do love Starbucks.
Sí.
I love because I love all the although now they don't have as many of the sugar-free flavors. They only have one.
Oh really?
That's why I drink iced tea. I like iced tea.
Oh, I
there.
like iced tea.
I do
Sí.
too.
I've grown to like iced tea because it was just so no sé, not tasty for me. But now
Mhm.
like I've acquired that little taste. I'm still learning, but I like iced tea.
Well, you make coffee. Do you cook at all?
Yeah,
You
I
do?
cook almost every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you cook is there any like traditional things that your family has made that
Mira.
carries on with you?
Sí. I grew up in Corozal, which is a pueblito in the middle of the mountains, and we're known for plantains. It's the capital of plantains, and we
Mm.
have a festival that's like from all Puerto Ricans como que come to like once a month in October, and like we just celebrate all things plantains.
I love
And I
that.
remember when I was a kid, my grandma used to have like a kiosco, and my job was to pelar. How do you say pelar? just take the skin off
Yeah.
plantains, and then we would make arañitas and all these sort of like dishes with them, and that's always resonated with me. That's actually my favorite thing to eat.
I love
But
that.
but here like plantains don't have the same flavor. They're kind of
right.
stale. But as the first thing I bought when what I brought from home was a pilon. It's just like a wooden like hammer thing. You
Mhm.
smash things because we make mofongo, and I love to make mofongo. It's just like smashed plantains with butter, garlic, and like a few other condiments. Oh,
Ooh, I need
so
that.
good. It's
I
so
need
good.
that.
It's so good.
Have you gone to any like Puerto Rican restaurants in Southern California?
Well, there aren't. I haven't found a Puerto Rican restaurant, but I went to this Cuban restaurant, which is similar. It was so good. It was called El Cochinito. It's like in
Mhm.
Silver Lake area. And it was so good. I mean, I hate. Okay, I don't know. I think in Mexico they have plantains go yellow,
Uh-huh.
and then they're like sugary.
Right.
I hate them. For
Okay.
me, but they're rotten. When they're yellow, they're rotten. So people confuse them. And I went to this restaurant and I ordered tostones, which are like fried plantains. And I was so mad when they brought those ugly yellow things. Ugh.
That
'Cause
wasn't
there's
what you wanted.
no, that's not what I wanted, and
Right.
that's not what it says in the menu.
I'm
you
with
know,
you. I'm
no,
with
no,
you.
no, 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 no. And I was so
I
fucking
would have
mad.
spoke up for you.
No,
I
no,
would've said
no. I
something.
did. I did.
Good.
I'm like, mira, I'm sorry. This is not what it's called. This is amarillos.
Mhm.
And I mean, I know como que every country has their own little like lingo and jargon to like refer to things, but I'm like, this is not what it is.
Right.
And that they just get me more turkey, so I was happy.
So you were fine with it?
Yeah, yeah. But I was so mad because I wanted to have tostones.
Right.
I was so
There's
mad.
a really good restaurant if you're ever in Orange County, in the city of Orange. It's like a small little square. And it's just called Old Town Orange.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Cafe Felix.
Mhm.
And it's a Cuban restaurant. The food is to die for. It is so
Really?
good. Whenever I go there, I get masas de puerco, and it is so
I see.
good.
Oh my God.
You will
Qué
live.
rico,
You will
sí.
live. And you sit in the window. There's beautiful seating everywhere, but you sit in the window and you can see everybody vintage shopping.
Ay, that's so
Candy store.
sweet.
It's
I
so
love
pretty.
it.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, we should go there sometime. You would like it.
see.
I think you would really like it. Thank you for being here.
I see.
You're so
Gracias.
fun.
Thank you for having me. This is so much fun. Gracias.
It is fun. Thank you. We always kiki at the shows, but it's a little bit different when you sit down and just talk about shit.
Yes,
Yeah, I mean, that's what
literally.
goes on here.
Yes.
There's nothing
yes.
else to it. Thank you all so much for listening to Very Delta. You can now search Very Delta on your podcast apps. We come out every Monday. And you can also find us here on the Mom Podcast YouTube channel. A special hello to everyone watching the talk show on YouTube. Subscribe to Mom Podcast so you don't miss an episode. You can send all of your questions to readmedelta@gmail.com. And you can follow me on Instagram at DeltaWork. Where can everybody find you?
They can find me on Instagram, April Carrión, Twitter, everything, TikTok, April Carrión, and
You're on
all
all
over Southern California now.
Yeah, you're everywhere.
Yes,
I love
yes,
that.
Yes.
You can also follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Very Delta, because if you're not, you're really only getting half the Delta. Join me next week right here, and until then, keep things very, very Delta.
On the next Very Delta, bitch, it's Coco Peru.
Well, you know what's funny is that suddenly panettones are everywhere.
Everywhere, little ones, big
yes,
ones.
and people talk about the panettone this and the panettone festival and how to make a good panettone dessert. And I just think, I think I had a little something to do with that.
I believe it. I believe it. Do you like raisins?
I love raisins.
This episode of Very Delta was brought to you by Orange Diamond.
To listen to Very Delta one day early and ad-free, sign up for Mom Plus at mompodcasts.plus. Very Delta is produced by Moguls of Media, aka Mom. Hosted by Delta Work and produced by Mark Jacobs. Engineered by Margot Padilla and editing by Doug Robertson. Executive produced by Willem Belli, Alaska Thunderfuck, Big Dipper, and Joe Cilio. Hi, it's me, Delta Work. Do you like to see me go off? Well, if you do, hit subscribe, turn on your notifications, because we don't want you to miss any of our Mom Podcast exclusive content.